Good night, folks. Welcome to Studio J again, beautiful Old Village, the Wheel Talk Show. I'm your host, Fitzgerald Joseph, and in my far left is Joseph Jones. No strangers to cycling, and Joseph have been around cycling. We actually Joe about Joe. But people find Joe from Joe. Joe, I don't know Joe and cycling, but I think I can about Joe was the wrong cyclist for a long time, and the wrong Harry Goat, the uncle.
That is correct.
Harry Good, I uncle to remember. So the young cycling from way back now for years, I think. And so he was father cycling and now he's getting into the nitty gritty of cycling and he was with Low FM last Saturday as well. And to the middle here is my brother from another mother, Stephen Bissett, who has always been around with me as well.
Good night.
Welcome guys.
Good night, Fitzgerald.
Good night.
And good night, viewers and listeners. P, let's, I think we're going to jump straight to the big one.
I'm going to leak quick and just so, if I don't want to do it though, I don't want to get in just last week they make a Thursday, the guns Thursday race, I'm an open race. Because read that quick and then go find it. Thursday. First place was it was 91 edition. Open. Eric Chopper was first. Sean Cad was second. Charles Lester was third. Ahmad Turrington was fourth. Jaheim Lewis fifth. Philip Lester sixth. D. Wade was seventh. Keith Enright Jr. was eighth. Ninth. Devante Bennett and the top 10 was John DeLong. Now the guns. Who won the Beaton? Who won the Beaton? No get on.
Yes, there was no bees in it.
60 plus was Warren Coway. Top two juniors was Amar Turrington, Jaheim Lewis, Keith Enright Jr. Only like I say. You know, show me A and B. All right. And then yesterday, quickly, they had the boom race, annual boom run. Derek Tarrea was first, John DeLong was second, and Sean Cad on the top three. It was a beautiful race, we said. And I watched John DeLong and Fall Fire will shake out on all the young boy.
That was a good race.
They look at him. One place he shake and chop nothing while like they get free for him. And I like that because the boy nearly half of John DeLong age. And as good as John DeLong is good, then the boy should have faith for John DeLong in a short field. It's supposed to be the punch up. They don't punch, you know. He punching.
No, John DeLong, I watched a race and yeah, amazing how John DeLong been out all the strength yesterday. They shake off.
Anybody say legs show place?
Shake off the riders, you know. It pop them out, Palace.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine I have 4G4 rider and then he pop off Tony. That amazing, no? One spell John DeLong go 40. But then they say, you think I a joke? Me meet at the show 40. And John DeLong every minute he turn it up and every time he turn it up. Lights out.
Okay, we said, don't you want to say we could go to the cross country quick because everybody want to hear. Cross country, let me just do really top 10%. Let me go funny. First place was Jim Brown from Miami Blazers in a time of 5 hours, 45 minutes, 40 seconds. So they got up to 5:45, I guess that's due to the breeze, no? Second was Alfredo Bueno from Legion. Third was Oriel Omar Espinosa Lopez, Mexican rider. I got Colombian, but I think Balev that Mexican, and he ride out of Mexico for long. Fourth was Derek Tarrea. Fifth, Corey Williams. Sixth was David Santiago Castano, in Colombian too. And then seventh, they made an error. Seventh was Lochan Winnie, the Canadian. Lachey was
Jean
Mike Lachey. He's a Canadian. He was 7. Jaren Gonzalez was 8. Oscar Quiroz Valvoline was 9. And one of the top 10 was Jose Antonio Alacon, the Venezuelan Colombian. So that's the top 10 across country. The race started 6 o'clock Saturday morning. First time I said in my career, I've seen about like 80%, 85% of the pit field just got drop at mile before Rockville. They just separate and so I drop on a bomb and everybody just drop. My perception of that is that I just personally think at the Belizean riders where they ride the race. 90% is like going to get left, 90% they're not ready for cross country. They're not basically ready for cross country because there's no way you forget to go 20 miles in our cross country if you're preparing for our cross country. So that separated out the field and got about 20 foreigners and the best of best Belizean went with them. Who were the Belizean? Do quickly remember who again?
Well, the first.
Derek Jiven, Carlton Robinson, Goran, Kiros, Lovell, Delton Rojas.
Tariq was up there.
Yeah, Tariq was up. Yeah, Tariq was up there too. I mean, Tariq.
Yeah, Corey, Justin.
Corey Justin. Not even Junior South. You miss it?
Yeah, he was there.
No, Justin Jr.
Yes, man.
Justin was there.
Yeah,
Yes.
Justin Jr. was there. He was there.
He was there.
I was there.
Derek was there, I know.
I know, but I think Justin Jr. was there.
All the elite riders.
The top elite riders. I think my whole top 10 make it.
All right, make we just broke it down a little bit. So the start list that I saw was 119 registered riders, right? Of that, we had 24 foreigners. That's including Venezuelans, Colombians, Canadian, Mexican, Honduran, and Guatemala,
Britain.
and Britain.
Was it American too?
So yes, so that we had 8 different nationalities.
Okay.
Minimum of 8 different
You
nationalities.
mentioned Venezuela, man.
Yes.
They make a look at me saying they got two man for the defending Japan, only 100 when I do. Yes, it's
Well, I see. That's what I'm saying.
on a training.
What I'm saying
A
to you,
training.
what I'm saying is the start list that I got was 119 deep. This was prior to the race. Now, who started? I up to now have not seen that start list. Because you have some people that registered to race and not sure, right? So I am not. The number that I heard being called on the day of the race was 117, but my start list showed 119. So that would mean that there was 2 did not start. However, so if we take the 24 foreigners, right, out of 119, we are at what? Just over 20, more than 25% of the field were international riders, which to me is a great thing. However, the first thing I want to say is I want as many, if the race is going to be open, we want to invite the foreigners. However, I'm very disappointed that we have Belizeans that are bringing in these foreigners to ride against us. No foreigner or no foreign country not send for no Belizean to go ride for their race, okay? When we go ride for their race, we are paying. So we need to reciprocate the same way. They need to pay to come here. We have big prizes. We have all kind of things to bring them here. So I'm disappointed in the Belizeans that don't want to spend on their own people, but willing to bring people to race against them and jump up and make go on like if then they do wonders. That's the first complaint I have.
Much of them got like much entity you think bring foreign riders?
I could tell you out of that 24, I know at least 6 or 8 of them were brought here by other Belizeans. And I'm not, when I say other Belizeans, I'm not conquering the guys that came on Blazers and Legion, because that is a Belizean team registered in the United States. That's a Belizean thing.
Only a Belizean team, though.
No, let me rephrase. It's not a Belizean team. Okay. It's a American team owned by Belizeans. Yes, I want that. So let me clarify that. An American team registered in the United States, owned by Belizeans.
Yeah.
So that's the key thing that we have to think.
The whole dynamic of the race, if you want go on an aspect of the 24 foreigners, many Belizean, I believe, might change the whole subject, is that the race they either need to decide how to do this race, because the Belizean will sign up for most part. I say maybe only 10% might qualify to even compete against the 24 foreigners. So the race itself, I don't know, you got to change and for decide how they do this race. Last week we were here, we mentioned they have to sell it, maybe they sell the copyrights or the right to a private sector and then change the dynamic because you can't have club riders the ride against the caliber riders. That's my view.
Well, that's everybody entitled to their view, no? But I'll be honest with you like this. I don't think we should disenfranchise any Belizean who wants to ride race.
Can we stop Belizean from riding cross country?
You can't. So my thing is this.
Well, category. Go ahead.
My thing is this. People have to look and be honest with themselves and with John public. If you want to ride cross country, you need to train for ride cross country like Palace started with. Right? But we want to ride club racing and think that they set we for cross country.
That's my point.
So therefore, I'm saying to y'all, and I've been singing this for years now, that these clubs should fall under the association. So you're racing the same rules, the same things that we're trying to develop. But people don't realize it is faster when you have more people. You see how fast this race was?
Yeah.
But the race was this fast early because we had people pushing the race that wanted to ride. And that shows, like Palace said early, at mile 20, we are giving them 20, no Rockville. 21, we give them out. The thing pop in a half, and that half,
3/4.
or 3/4, whatever you want to say, then I see the race no more. And that 3/4.
Somebody see this, but they see it on the way back.
No, Palace, there was some people that were riding, going to Cayo in Georgeville, and the race done to come back. Past the, and then look for knock them down because then the ride go.
So I'm making the point that someone else said the race coming out and they're going in. The gap was big.
Very. But like we said, make we broke it down. So now we knew
that acquires. Okay, give me a media with it. That acquire come as per usual that they man really come too much for way and that the first quarrel come. We always have a quarrel as to who for come and who not for come. We got this can't ride rule like a lot of will say can't ride. But when you go outside go ride, they don't got no such rule about can't ride. They must just ask for your passport with national to you, and then you are given that opportunity to ride the race. So they don't make a solid descent before the race that somebody man too much away, blah blah blah. The Venezuelan come up first, then they bring Jim Brown name. Jim Brown does help very English by name into the fund.
Chris Froome.
Yeah, Jim Brown does help Chris Froome. Japanese Israel startup team.
That is correct. So Palace, the thing is, it appears that we don't have no standard. We have the same argument before we even start the research, or the gun went off because what
I think
happened?
there's a clear cut standard with everything. Is that clear cut?
no, and this is the problem. Like I always say, if everybody knows that the criteria, regardless what the criteria is, then we know that the criteria. But you hear about this man in corner, that man in corner, then you hear, well, he can't ride because, and then come up with something. So, and nobody now have nothing in a black and white where they tell you that you could go up on a website or wherever and say, okay, this is the rule. If you have 3 foot, you can't ride, whatever it is. Like I said, just tell me what the rule is. But we don't have the rules. Nobody can sit there and say, this is the criteria to ride cross.
So you can't continue like this. That's what, as a fan, I say,
Yeah.
you can't continue like this because then, if let me say this much, if you check the history of the race the last 25 years, with the exception of 2020 and 2021,
COVID.
which was COVID, that leaves us the last 23 years of racing for the roses only 7 Belizean win. And so
Nothing wrong with that, though.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, but there's certain standard or rules need to be in place. So going into this race, we know exactly what will be the rule, what will be the standard, who could come and who can't come. That's why I make the statement earlier. The race either have to be like when I say in the policy when I have cut 1, 2, or 3, and then what you want to do about the club rider 3, 4, cut 3, 4, or 5.
Jones, I make me start and quarreling. Because you just don't say that you don't know the standard and now you talk about policy and things. So either you know or you don't know. Either you know or you don't know. So my thing is we have to decide how we're doing it, and whatever is decided, it needs to be put out way in advance. So when I have the quarreling.
Yes.
Right? But let me go to the race.
Go to the race.
So
how far you want to go? Where you want to go?
We're there Rockville. So we pop off
80%.
80%. So moving on, going into Cayo, we had two men running by themselves, right?
Yeah.
Which was
Alfredo Bueno, and I think he was a Colombian.
Alacon?
Yeah.
Canstano. Which one?
No, Alacon only one village around there.
Okay. No, he said Colombian.
But definitely it was Alfredo Bueno who was out there running.
All right. So two riders going into Cayo.
Second place man, right?
Yeah, the second place one.
Okay.
So two riders going to Cayo.
What about the kitchen?
They caught them.
After Mount Hope, I think.
Oh, can they reach Cayo together?
No, they catch them in at the bypass. Right?
Oh, when they double focus, take a right along all those things, still run?
Yes. Then we still run and
I
then
know,
we close them down.
I know when they come out of Cayo.
Cayo then come out together. So then catch them at the bypass. I call it the bypass.
Okay.
Right? Where you went and came around and came over the
Okay.
Hartsford. Right? And by that time you had about 19, I think it was, like 19 or 20 guys together.
How much weight is that, man? How much weight is that, man?
You had Corey, Goran, Derek, Jiven, Oscar, Lovell. Hold on, let me go one at a time. Robinson was there, right?
9.
So that's 7, 8, 7, that's 7.
Okay, I'm number 9.
Let me start again.
Corey,
Jiven, Chav, Oscar,
Robinson,
Goran, Lovell,
Ian.
Delta and Rojas. No, 8 or 9?
8.
8. So the one more man there might have been all in.
At least 8.
8 billion and next 10 final.
And about 10 foreigners, right?
We don't look bad then.
No.
We
were kind of balanced.
8 and 10.
Then we lost
Robinson.
Carlton just on the backside among Hope there.
But we lose Lovell before.
We lost Lovell where in the flats.
Yeah, the fat part.
In the flats going into Central Farm
Yes,
now.
I lose Lovell.
Okay, so we lose one.
We lose Rojas. We lose Rojas same as spot too.
That's the last one. Range, I think.
Okay.
But we lost them.
Yeah, we lost. No, we know what we lost.
Okay, so now
When you reach
Belmont Park.
you lose Lovell, Rojas, Goran,
Bubbly.
Robinson.
Carlton Robinson.
Yeah, 4 of them.
4.
You only left 4.
So we left 4. Left Oscar Quiros,
Corey,
Corey Williams, Jiven,
and Derek.
and Derek.
Yeah.
4 guys.
Right.
Alright, we reach up Belmont now. That attack start happening here, but
Oscar made a move coming out.
Race behind us, the same race. At the zoo. That's what they.
Oscar made a move and ran a little bit by himself coming
I
out.
saw that too. I was surprised. That's what I went for now. Where you going?
So he made his move. He was brought back into the fold. By the time they really start feeling the wind when they're coming out,
Yeah, sure.
yeah, strip and into the 40s there when the wind,
One Pine Ridge.
that's when the wind start kicking. the pace really took a dive. Because
They man average 28 miles out to Cayo, average 21.5 come up. The
Right.
second back at Corey average 20.5 for Cayo.
so now coming into the 40s, it was a lot of
13
attacks.
guys.
Yeah, but 13 no.
A lot of attacking.
13 guys got in there.
13 guys, and of that 13, we had 4 Belizeans.
Yeah, so 9 foreigners.
Right? 9 foreigners. So, lot of attacking from everybody. And the Belizeans weren't attacking that much. I saw Corey made 1 or 2 moves. Oscar made a move. Jiven and Derek had a puncture and he had to fight to get back.
I saw
That
that.
was all that guy.
Jiven.
Yeah.
Derek had a lot of he had quite a number of issues.
Cayo.
Coming back, he got flat.
Oh, but after the one.
After, yeah.
Right? So anyway,
He get back in the 30s.
right. He gets back. The group is there in the 30s.
33.
33.
Boom.
The champion,
Champion.
Mr. Lopez attacks. The Honduran
Right by,
Luis Lopez attacks.
the factory, the Progressive factory.
Yes, sir.
Right exact by Progressive factory.
Boom.
He got.
Who gonna get them?
He went. Then the Venezuelan.
Oh, I don't think so.
No, Brown.
The champ. Champion.
Brown gone for him.
Yes,
You
sir.
sure it was the champ?
Champ.
The champ was the last man to go across.
Nope.
Okay, so.
Nope. Brown gone for him.
Okay, no argument from me, fellas.
Then next about it. My point is, you know, they don't go together.
They're not gonna
No, they went
All right,
singles.
good. Third was who was third? I can last one.
Espinosa. Earl Espinosa.
Mexican.
He gone and then guy just watching gone.
All right, and then who got last in?
That's why I tell you.
Alfredo.
Bueno.
Bueno,
Bueno.
Bueno was the
Gone,
last man
he's
to
the
move.
last man done.
No, none of the boys don't move.
Nobody in the move.
So if we repeat that again for Belize and Papelis.
So four foreign riders
Yeah.
moved, right?
Lopez, the champion done. The
Right, but these boys have to explain to
last
the
year
they
champion.
have to explain to the Belizean people. Then we have to.
So now that crowd that get left out of that 4, they start to
Nine.
look on one another.
9 man.
Nobody never moved when they went by in single fashion out. Nobody moved.
No, but when 4 man move individually,
Nobody
no Belizean rider.
tried to catch
any
any rider.
foreign rider tried.
No.
Because those things in the 20s, so this backwards had to attack like they crazy too.
Well, this
When
is
you
the
check
thing.
out,
So now
the urgency come to them now.
the 4 riders
Done today.
had 30. Then it start building. When it gets to about 2 minutes and
But
something,
they went up.
then the back crowd, they start to attack up one another, right? And after that,
Belizean men in attack,
Belizeans were trying to
or else they follow.
1 or 2 attack, and most of them are just following, right?
Corey Williams not bring them man for helping with.
No. I gonna give
That's certain case.
no. I gonna tell you this.
No,
No,
but Corey Williams have to come and Belize for try win the race, so. Corey Williams come and Belize and know that he now win the race.
no. Make I explain something to you.
You got the message.
We interview Corey. He said,
He said.
yeah.
When he
Train
says
harder next
no,
time.
but he just said, but then follow him though.
He said,
That- But if you good Corey, that way no one nobody follow you.
Hold on now. Uno done for no 2 things.
Right.
Make I just explain something to you, right? If we're looking at this thing fairly and just, we have to look at the team perspective. And if you look at this race from the beginning of the race, that Legion and Blazers team had their plan. They come to ride to win.
So now right for Corey then.
They're not a ride for one man. They come for ride for win.
Okay.
And if you go and analyze it, they rode the right race and they won the race.
Well,
So you
like,
can't give them no hollering. They win the race. They get first and second.
And they come to win.
then come for win. And you have to look at it, boss, your brand is your brand. You cover your brand first.
Okay. Sound good.
Right? Yes, you want to win with Corey or Justin, but you have to cover your brand. And the man then cover their brand.
But wait. Well, it's
Okay, but your story sound good. But yours
we interview.
but your story not much up to hook where is that then the following that's why he no got.
No, well, Corey said that they were following
Corey
him.
should have tell me, don't say Corey today right now when they interview him. We came here to win. And man, maybe that's what the rest. We don't have a man they follow him. If you can't win, me said you know I have no more, then they follow you. That's why you don't win. That don't bring that to me.
We interview the champion and say,
I'm somebody champion. They say champion. Tell me.
we interview.
Wait, say.
He said they might be disappointed with him.
I fight when the champion said that. Then the champion say, Corey might be upset with me. I say, oh, I played back. I say, can't. How the champion be? How they call for win? And the champion said that he hope.
Yeah.
Word. I hope Corey is not upset with me.
Yeah.
So in my mind, no, be said to me as well. Whether this the interview, I don't know though.
But
If
then-
he for win, why would he hope Corey is not upset with him?
But when we interview Corey, let me sure who win.
I surprised too. That when you tell him, I don't want to tell him who we can think better win. We think better win.
Yeah.
I said the other team still won, and they said no. Jim won. Oh, Jim won. So he said who.
So we said, go ahead, we said.
No, on the done, right?
I'll go to that bad thing.
On the done, right? On the done.
Yes, sir.
So now, we'll give Mr. Jones kudos because Mr. Jones gonna ask the question and he wanna make sure everybody know that he asked the question, okay?
No.
No, man, make you're on the done, right? I asked you on the done, make I finish meeting.
Yeah.
So the man gonna ask the question, he get answer from the champion. However, the champion said, I hope Corey doesn't get mad with me. But if you listen, the champion also said in a said interview that they came to ride for Corey.
That is correct.
However, they came to win.
If you don't get it, yes, sir.
Right. So he, like he said, he don't know what happened to Corey. He don't know what happened. He know they never had no representation when the first guy went, right? It wasn't Jim Brown that went. He went across because he knows that they have to have representation in the front.
Yes, sir.
That's where the race is run.
Respect.
So that is what he did. And that's what I'm telling you. You have to look at the race open-minded.
That's correct. All right. Yes, sir.
So that's the way the man gone and they accomplish their mission. Now, like we said, the biting or pettiness or whatever words we want to use about our locals, because we start to look on this one and holler about this one shall make them wait on this one to break them win that not play.
Just before you go to that point, and you're right, near the right for the brand and the team, because it was amazing to see how the coach decide in a specific race. I can't hear exactly what you said, but after watching,
where good?
well, it seems like Kaliman was in a read that drama and he said something to Jim Brown, and then you look on it. He sent Alfredo and well, I don't say send them, but Alfredo went up the road with the guy Espinosa, and then Jim Brown dropped the back behind the champ, and when Jim Brown launched an attack, that's it for the champ. So that's all. So then we did have a game plan in terms of how them the ride and put out the champ. That was look like a directive, get rid of the champ.
So Kaliman said hit.
Boy, it looks so when I see it on live, you know, and then you see the champ do so to Alfredo. Go ahead, and when he launch and attack, that's it. Lights out for the.
So the champ get it. The champ get it now. So we left a three that front.
Yeah, left a three. Yeah.
One Legion, one Blazers, our
Texas,
Knicks are not.
Waiting, Texas, tennis,
Knicks are not.
Knicks are not. Okay, Knicks are not.
No, who bring them? Who they were?
No, what jersey, what team it was registered on now? Y'all give them and credit whatever team they were registered on now.
I tell you.
Right? And you said that Knicks are not. So I go with you, you know. You two guys were the broadcasters, you know. I was just a fan this year. I was not broadcasting or anything. So I can't think other than tell you why I say and analyze the race from the position of being neutral. Right? So now two riders end up coming by themselves from mile where?
I think after another had to be there, you know, that's one.
They come out of Hattieville with 3 and then they end up that tongue with 2.
Like 8 miles they shake next one.
And shake off the last guy.
Mexican.
Yeah, just between the bridge, the Burton, you know, that area and shaking off there.
So now,
Right like 8 miles.
okay. So then shake off the ballot at 8 miles.
Espinosa.
Shake off Espinosa.
Orel Espinosa.
We shake off Orel Espinosa. What's the name of the team, Mr. Joseph?
Knicks are not.
Knicks and Knox. So Mr. Espinosa from Knicks and Knox was dislodged from the other two riders, right?
Yeah, what's that will happen?
Jim Brown and Alfred and Mr. Bueno, right? They two continue riding, sharing the pace all the way into the city and coming at, I would say, around just before Bayman Avenue, the cat and mouse start. Jim Brown sat on Bueno, stopped pacing, and they came to the sprint. Jim Brown raised up and got the gap and held the gap all the way to the finish, being the 95th cross country champion. The 95th running of the whole Saturday cross country was won by Jim Brown, a British rider riding for Blazers.
I want to ask Pala some question.
Hold on, I can't wait. You could take 601-2039. I got text it now. I say no. 601-2039. You can text WhatsApp. If you ask a question, we can try to see if I answer. Go through.
Why you have a question from a text?
You have your question.
No, Palace as a fan and watch the race. All right, we have 4 our strong beliefs and all right up there. That could be the 95th champ, 95th running after whole cross country champ. And you could explain to the fan or those in Midland what are the reason why they just allow that to just gone. They make Honduran gone first, the farmer champ. Then afterwards, Jim Brown saw the move attack. Then they make the third man gone and they still don't make no move. And up to after the 4 riders gone and still don't make no move. Give me an explanation, the Rocket.
But I could explain to why they're not gone. I personally think somebody should have made a move for trying and if 4 man go fire in a separate spurt, I can't see how none of we 4 believers and they could make a move for away one of them and at least make a move, catch him and they free to fire and reshuffle it, not different. But it was amazing to me that 4 riders, foreigners as well too, make
And they got 1-1.
4 different attacks, 4 separate of them, and then therefore they join up and turn 4. Not one of our believers attempted, and I talk about attempted. We didn't try gone with any of those 4.
Okay.
For so uncertain reason, they want to. That didn't have to answer the question. No. But I'm just wondering why or how.
Can I?
Because our beliefs and riders is not that they form it today. They know
When you interview champ,
they know baby. They are great riders. They know. The best for beliefs was there, but I will answer question as to why they did it.
Chava, he's kind of set off and why they
They give
You
it
don't
up.
have that confidence. That my interpretation.
Okay, make I explain something to you now.
Business concern? When you want?
I want to talk, make we look on it this way. The first rider gone, the second rider that went was Jim Brown,
Yeah, you know.
the winner. Jim Brown is teammate of who?
Blazers.
And who was riding Blazers? Corey Williams. So therefore, a good team man would never have gone for his own teammate. So Corey's job now when Jim went across is to mark whoever else leaves from here, he's to catch and go along with.
Okay. Third place going out in Mexican. Orel.
Right? No other Belizean still not move. Corey still have his man up there, he not need to move.
Third place move now.
Same thing.
You know for what who going to catch your team, man?
Now Corey could have tried to go. In my recollection, my goodness, me recalling that point,
Yeah.
I faintly remember Corey rising up and everybody raise up and jump under and he sit back down and everybody sit down.
If you will.
That's what I recall, but I'm not 100%. That's what I recall, right?
That third place. That third place boy Orel.
No, I think that when Bueno going when the fourth man gone. I don't. It's either, but I remember at one of the either the third or the fourth place man that was going across. Corey did rise up to go. Everybody else rise up and jump on now. He sit down and everybody sit down.
He sit up.
He sit up and everybody sit up.
Okay.
And then one big sit up gone with it and start to ride like about 14, 15, I don't know what I used to call on speed, but real slow. And then spread across the whole road.
Patrick Wayne get back in that motion too.
Yes. Patrick get back.
Yes.
Yeah,
And this is what I tell you, right? So in that part there, but
Okay,
like
so-
I'm showing you, Corey ride team.
You did Corey exemption because
He have a team man.
okay, good. Okay. So
Right?
what happened to Kiros?
Now,
Driving.
like Kiros, Oscar, and Javen have to answer for themselves.
They're not gonna move one foot, right?
Then I have nobody front. So they should have either went or they should have been. And this is the point that I always say. Sometimes, even if you don't have it for go, you just need to go to front and show that you're willing to chase.
Somebody for suicide.
You're not a suicide, you know, just go to front and try get something going. Because once it got going, even though like Corey have a team man up there, and then get a pace line, the rotate and the close, Corey might say, you know what? Then Bala get cross anyway, but I get cross too. You understand? And he might help.
Yeah.
But nobody not show no interest. Nobody not try organize, nobody not talk, or nobody not say, hey, make we get going. No, there was no
Communication.
communication, but no defense. Like everybody just accepted that is it.
Question. So why is Corey riding a Belize national team jersey and not riding for Belize to win?
Corey was not riding a Belize national team jersey. He is the national champion
Hey, national
of
team.
Belize. So he rode the national champions jersey.
Yeah, okay, good.
It's not a national team jersey.
No,
it's the
he's
national
a champ. He's a
champion.
okay, so why would-
Only one man can ride that jersey, and he earned that right.
So
and
why
therefore he
would
won.
Corey be the national champion of Belize and not riding to win?
Say that again.
Why would Corey be the national champion of Belize and not riding to win?
He was riding to win, but he have a team man up there. I mean, so what? You want Corey to carry everybody
No,
across?
the question.
No. I'm just saying to whoever is asking the question, it's the Corey has
I
a
personally
team.
believe that Corey roll on a double agent. Corey got a double agent role because Corey go back Belize when he wants, and then when it's time not to back Belize, he control Belize as well. So he
Not double agent.
he's a double agent, no, though. Corey Williams is a double agent.
Well,
But not long to be a double agent, too. Is it illegal to be a double agent? It might not be illegal. I'm just saying what I think.
No,
Question.
no. You're entitled to your opinion. My answer to that would be this, right? I think the way Corey, you say the work at double agent. I look at it this way.
Okay.
He has, because being a national champion and because he has team members and a team that he rides for, he have better odds of getting help. But that doesn't really mean a double agent. He earned that right. By winning the national championship. You understand? So
that's why I see that double agent.
you could call it double agent. I just think that gives him, he has earned it. It's nothing that he tried to maneuver. He earned that by winning the
national championship. He could look like the right for Belize. If that don't work out, then he jump for the next person. That's
double agent.
He has a double agent role.
So
which I don't say is illegal.
No, it's not. You can't. He didn't do nothing illegal in the rule book or nowhere.
Exactly.
He earned that right to wear the national team jersey. It's not like that was given to him. Yeah. He rode the race,
he win the race,
and he won that race.
Yes, sir.
That gave him that jersey.
So this go back to the same question, or the statement was made last week. So we know the best out of Belizean riders when they have teammate and they have to give it up, and that was the reason why the Belizean team not allow to bring foreigners, because when things like that happen, we're not seeing any talent and they sit back.
Well, that reason why they took away.
That's why
the two foreigners on the team.
That's why they take.
Main reason
they don't allow foreigners to play on the Belize team.
And no work me butter off, because if they find their front name, but lock it up and say we back to back, we find their front. So that is why they took the foreigners out of the local teams in a policy way back 14, 15, maybe. Even about 15, okay?
So
15.
It makes sense then. So when they say national jersey, No,
make he's a national. All right. But I'll make a comment that in my mind that's a double agent role. You're playing. Only he can play a role. Eh?
You're in the right though.
Nobody can play a role.
So again, rules.
No, but you can't do it. There's no rule against it.
Yeah, there's no rule against that.
There's no rule against it. Now let's look at the 3 rides by the other 3 Belizeans. I think Oscar Quiros rode a solid race. Other than, in my eyes,
Oscar Quiros complained too much. No.
In my eyes, Oscar got a little passive. Is that the right word? I think the other 3 Belizeans got passive when the split was happening. Because, like I said, none of them wanted to really late on the line.
Well, me and Mo, let them was before they got at them was down at time at 30s when they went in a tunnel. And when they go in the tunnel, when they come out of the tunnel, anything come. And when they come out of the tunnel,
they make a decision not to go.
4 man missing. They don't make no move because they did it. All of them did it when the 4 man move. The 4 man no move. If one had up one bomb and that may look different. 4 man gone and nobody move. But that boom, 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 boom. None of 4 make no move, make no attempt for to reach anyone.
But if you don't got a confidence, feel like you'll blow up yourself.
However,
you see any sprint?
A sprint strong.
Yes. Then the same for sprint. And then the federation not.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
They're too bright here too.
So make we analyze now. So I think Oscar rode a strong race up to that point where, like using Palace analogy of the tunnel, he kind of coward. Like he never want to risk. Like, okay, this is the point I got to risk it.
But basically, Joe said, I don't know if anyone more race.
No, this is what I'm saying. No,
Oscar, but when it's about race, none never race.
no, right? So that I think. Now make we go to Derek and Jivin. Remember now, Jivin the last man come crossing at the 20 man or whatever thing, you know.
Jarin go cross with the champ.
The champ.
On the last flight or last group where come and join up. Right? According to him, he had some issues. We know Derek had issues.
Function.
Derek get flat, get back, change by, get back. Right? So now, maybe these two things then figure by done so much. And I'll try to see if match for the finish. The great thing that I like about both Derek and Jivin in their interview, Derek especially, he said this first Belizean thing must stop.
And I hear about Jivin interviews, you said?
Jivin had an interview and he said the same thing.
You on interview?
Before the race.
No. After the race, there was an interview with Jivin.
Okay. Both of them said they have
Said that the first Belizean thing we have to stop. And I will use this analogy about that first Belizean prize. If you remember, Palace, you remember this good. The Triple Crown for horse racing. In the 1980s, the Triple Crown only used to pay small purses. There was a horse by the name of Spend a Buck, won the Kentucky Derby. He was to go to the Preakness. But in New Jersey, in the state of New Jersey, there was a track called the Camden Race Course. They put up $1 million for Spend a Buck to skip the Preakness and come and run the New Jersey Derby. And he went for the money for the $1 million. And after that, what did they do? You remember, they went, the Triple Crown came together and then put $5 million up. But you had to win all three races.
Yeah.
So to me, what we need to do and learn from that is still have a first Belizean prize, but the first Belizean prize will only be paid out if the Belizean wins the race.
Say Kerry Cross.
So now that's up to the federations and stuff. So now when you donate to the first Belizean prize, let's say you give $1,000 and a Belizean doesn't win. It's up to the federation and them to negotiate how that 1,000, where I'll do with the 1,000. If you want to make it roll over to the next year, or if you want to take half and give back half to the sponsor, and then next year you add on, and so at some point the prize can get big, and when a Belizean win, you can get the official prize plus that Belizean prize. But he only will get that Belizean prize when he wins the gala.
Wins the race.
And that is what we should do. Because we gone as far.
We got top 3 now.
We got top 3. We had a podium.
Last year we got 1. Bubbles, Calderon was first last year, but they never had Chab and we got top 3 now.
No, yes, we had 3. We had our own podium of Belizeans. And then come 4th,
5th, 8th.
4th, 5th, and 8th. That's how they come?
4th, 5th,
No, not come 4th. Then that Derek then Corey. So, well, yes, Derek Corey.
4th,
4th, 5th, and 8th.
Yeah, so that's how they come. 4th, 5th, and 8th. Yeah, driving come before.
Mexican come 6th, Acadia come 6th.
Yeah, yeah. So now, that are the thing. Then the next thing that I'm going to get on the federation about. Right here on the Real Talk, we discussed after the Rumble in the Tropics, the lovely podium that they had. And you remember what we said, P? The only thing is they got the podium mixed up. They man gone back with the same podium and put the man in the wrong spot again, Palace. Man, come on, man. We can't be that bad. We can't. That's not a mistake. That is just blatant lack of preparing properly. Man, then look at this. The first 2 guys came in for the sprint for the first place. And there was a 3-minute gap to the 3rd place man. And an 8-minute gap to the fourth place.
Yep.
Right? You know, people interview the man, the winner, and the fourth place, the Concord Spring, and nobody not even then they showed it. Come on, man. We not tell them, make we get to a nice tent, put everybody under the tent. And then you have they just interview one time. Instead of then haul this one over and haul one. Jones did the run boat. I said Jones did the run boat. I like man, they want
Don't the boss also?
yes. I said what they want Jones to lose weight. I said man, come on, we can't be like this. 25 years.
Question from the US. Palace, why didn't Javen put it all on the line for Derek since always talk about teamwork?
Well, based upon our interview and question to Derek, he did answer a question and say both of them decide to settle.
Better we no go.
Well,
According to Derek.
yeah.
Better we no go.
No, Derek said after the gap got big,
Yeah.
they realized that
I can agree with that.
no, he did say after the gap got
When they
big,
got 4 minutes, man.
he did realize if we start to rotate and all of them and just sit because
Yeah, correct.
remember that I'm only the easy and the sit too, but the other foreigner them with the sit too.
If we start,
We just not talking them, but they with the yards of foreigners where we did it with the sit too.
if it's not rotate, go around for try to catch this 4 minutes. We are going to be and prize.
And that was there. He did say that in his interview.
So hold on, answer the
But
question.
the question, we need that boy wait till 4 minutes, no? One laga and the man go. Only the sitting. Only can sit about it. Only jump on pace and start rotate one time.
But I think one of the things about the race men sometimes
Only can
make some
wait
bad
the race.
decision.
Bad decision. Only can make the man get 4 minutes now, and then only come with the decision where he did that boy that boy. You have to be if you rotate that thing. The man is saying, we not getting no top of this prize.
Man,
Only can that's a bad decision made.
yeah,
That's
just,
why
That's and me have said that about it already, and I tell them already that Belize and no right together. They're not right together. And you only never make the comment on that bike shop, Tariq. No, sorry. I make a Alex here. Don't make the comment. All they are wrong with the ride, and who with the ride the quarrel. Belize and all they race the quarrel against each other. But no two teams came together and rode against one team, but all of them the quarrel. But so let's make the point that we are being a fool now for believe that when we come cross country now, Oscar Kiros driving and traveling because by we want to catch him man.
So a silent quarrel. No words.
Oscar, we want to catch him man back, man. So
Somebody suicide.
Me I travel quite alone, man. You want chip in? That's not that bad because then it quite all wrong like say, and I said it from the show too. They were being the same foolishness when they call all wrong right across country. And that show, none of them make no attempt. You eat about when they gone far, eat about when they gone. None of them make no attempt for catch none of them for here. No. I don't know what I have to explain to the Belizean people now. But Belizean people send their message to them. Belizean people send Belizean like this.
People out there after class.
Peel. Me also know Boulevard. Peel. Most of the Ghana. 8 miles. Peel. The Belizean say, oh no. I want to send them a message just like where PUP send you UDP when UDP put anybody up there for run past it and just follow up on state list. I think I look what I don't know. The Belizean people show them along to the Magdalene by nobody. They place a pack. So the Belizean people don't send them a message though.
all right. So now we're done now through the race, right?
Yeah.
Make we look at ways that we
Okay, quick question today. What do you think about the competition that came in? Was it too much for us?
no.
Okay. So, Joe, what do you think?
I not believe
They
the
said Jim Bong was too much.
I don't believe the competition too much for us. I think there's twofold answer to that. Is that one, our Belizean cyclists need to put in and discipline themselves more and put in harder and stronger exercise and do all that it takes to be a champion. And then secondly, yes, we need a competition. All right. So I don't think competition be too much. I just think we need to step up with games in a training and exercise and do the right thing.
Well, like you said, right? To me, with the send our athletes abroad, with the meet, that not only 20 of them Monday, with the meet 100 of them Monday, right? So if that we are do, we need for thing, right? And in the same token, we have proven that we can compete with this level. We just had 4 guys went to the Jamaican Classic. We get one third place.
Second place.
We get a second place. We get the second overall under 23. And that a UCI event that gave away points. So that are no poco tempo race.
Yeah.
Right? We have up to right now the defending Caribbean champion in Corey Williams. So this thing about the man better and no, we got the levels, we could compete and win. We have proven it already.
Don't have much rider with them.
Now we need to build up the crew. But and this is where
Build up the crew. I like that count.
no, hold on now. This is where I keep singing this, and Paras will agree. I know will agree with me in that there's couple things that needs to happen. The clubs must come under the federation and use the one system of riding, where you're riding by your age, because that is used internationally.
Yeah.
Secondary, Belizeans have to start to ride and ride hard, because that we put out then. They never attack no crazy thing. They just had the tempo high. And I can tell you that Belizeans don't like ride hard, because when we used to have Palace, we used to have the Saturday race through Ball Boom.
Yeah.
Remember? I came and I gave Mr. Katus an idea. I said, I will give $100 to the man that breaks the record.
Yeah, that was good.
Right? I said, and every week, if he broke, I want to pay the 100. No matter how much time. You know how much time they broke the record? One time, and the one time they broke the record. No, and I tell you who broke the record. I tell you what happened. 3 men get to it. And they were on the record pace. Then get, after the bridge, they start to cat and mouse. And they not make the record. But one of them, we start to meet late. So for him, it show that he broke the record by 10 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
And then come and holler, we broke the record. So I pay out the 100. Then afterwards, the other 2 guys came up and said, boy, see my one, we never broke the record. Okay? And up to today, they never broke the record.
So
Why? Because Belizeans sometimes spend too much time to worry about, well, I want to take this lead money here from the win. And when they win, they want to glorify themselves. Yes, it's great that you have won and you need to be acknowledged, but you don't have to go on like that, boss. The idea is to better yourself, build yourself. So that's what they have to start to do.
Question. Do you think it is time for Belizean local teams to get foreigners on their teams?
we just answer that.
I think we just answered a question that help.
No.
There's a different
It
question.
never helped back then, but how they okay, so most curious me got one foreigner. And most driving and jumping a foreigner. Then when they 2 foreigner maybe come and chase the 4 man there. Possible.
But see
So
now,
going back to
me personally, there's two things I
Okay, if you
believe.
bring a man to your team, your team win. You don't bring somebody for help a team win.
Yes.
Okay, so okay.
but you said the right for the jersey.
No.
Which one?
Listen to me. Listen to me.
That way.
No.
Hold on, which is changeable? The
You
last name.
said Corey bringing players and he end up win for the jersey.
Oh, you start with team.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what he said.
that's Oscar Quiroz driving and travel to give
No.
to purchase for so bad body go in and G flow go in. That jersey too.
No. My point.
Is it time for them to get back? If you want to put two at least one, is it time for it? Because other team they bring. They start getting into undercover. We don't into undercover lover for way back with the undercover lover. No, we bring undercover thing from outside right into second as well because other men they bring team man outside for help. So it better
I think so, yes.
if they can bring it undercover, it better do the right way, man. Better bring the right way.
No.
Make each team allowed to bring one if you know our team. Because other team can go all over bring two. And just not allowed bring two. And then other team not allowed bring none.
My thing is this.
Only for the team the point.
My thing.
Why not make other team come bring because there's a policy when they come bring now. What they are doing is that illegal.
Let's have it.
There's a policy for them to bring two finals per team. What Justin Ako is not illegal.
We don't want Bizet to lose the top.
What you?
My thing is this. I personally don't believe that Belizean team should bring foreigners.
Why?
Hold on. My reason is this. I prefer, and I'm talking for me alone, I prefer my team to spend that money on my riders to build us.
To build the cyclists?
To build the cyclists. Because to bring them guys, and this is what I started out telling you, that we have Belizeans that are bringing these foreigners. Them foreigners go home, even if they never come in at the top 10. Them foreigners get a free flight there, they get money, and then going home in something. Meanwhile, the little local man, where they ride all the race year round and so, barely get on 2 chain and 2 tire and thing. And that's where I have a problem with.
Yeah. So the foreigner one.
I say make the foreigners that come to race here because the prize is a thing, they come on their own. Let's look at this.
But to see the question, suppose that other team come bring and then they can bring that.
Well, you see,
that's not unfair.
You kind of have to watch it 2 years, right? You say then they imply that that Corey and them are unfair. However, the thing you have to look at is that Corey and Justin has a team registered in the United States. And let's look at their team. They have Jamaican, Trinidadian, they got people from all world, Mexican, American, they got inclusivity.
Okay,
and they also have Belizeans. They got a legal back here, and so when they develop, they always welcome Belizeans that come out there for go to a race and put them, make them could ride for their team and so on. Like when Justin, when Jaiven and Derek, they go there in the race and those guys' team. So they are contributing. So that's the thing.
That's the reason why they go bring too many things.
No, they could bring 2 man because of the 1 league class that they put out the other day. We say
I don't tell us like on Dodo. They got class, they got policy. They write the policy, show the policy, and not say nothing about the policy. So my point is that
we don't accept
the policy. So on have to go back to the federation. I don't want until we want to change that policy. So that policy can be changed.
Yes, rules can be changed.
If you don't think that if you want back on the 2, ask for the 2 fire.
That's it.
Ask for the 2 fire back. But on Dodo bird that they could do on anything. Anything they look at they do now. They fast at foot, don't know. Hold on. The man they could bring 2 man. Okay. Ask that okay then. we were back for the 2 man. Policies can be changed.
But we mentioned, the personal's help.
No, the way it was.
No,
they were riding.
but I tell you, the teams are riding better now that the finals could have helped them.
Yeah.
Back the days,
There was a big gap.
yeah,
No.
They're riding better now.
I said,
I never had 2, but I tell you what final may I help Kikiros driving there,
get him.
for years, the 4 man. But they will have a final for years. I don't think I remember the final. Most of them have
So you say undercover come.
Well, that undercover come and they undercover never help nobody. They were right for this.
No, they undercover right. They weren't even ready.
And some still with their back there too. We come as undercover.
Yeah,
But anyhow,
you left on my point.
so this one other point that I wanted to make about this thing. We have to also realize that cycling in Belize, the way it's set up right now, we don't beg our sport. There's no means of income generated by the federation. Zero.
No business.
Zero.
If it's zero.
Right? So,
But I feel in fact.
yes, but so now make I explain this to you. And this is why I always look at things. We go and we ask for donations from the hotels, from the food people, from anybody that's willing to give to us, so we can ride and race our bikes. We must also give back to them for giving to us, and that's why I say the foreigners have to pay for Konya. Make them pay their own money, boss. Because when they pay for Konya, they have to stay somewhere. They have to eat something. Make them spend their money. Make the lead people that they help we out. At least they get at least something back.
Okay, right now we pay.
Instead of we the pay.
Oh.
Because we take money for spend their man, for bring their man, and we build it. When you add up where it costs and we bring 2 man for come ride cross country, then they spend less than that for the whole season on a team. That don't make no sense, P.
Wait. The man is spend half. How much the man is spend per team then?
Well, so some of the team man barely get only $10,000 for the whole season to run a team, but they spend more than 10,000 for bring 2 man can ride one race.
But every team not spend 30%. Every team spend 100,000%.
No, but tell us how much big team we have.
Miles buy about 7 bike for them now.
Tell us how much big team we have.
I don't know, 3.
Okay. And how much team we have all year round?
Last time we got 3, I said, we got 12.
This is my point.
If you got 10 teams, you got good.
But this is my point.
But the team may not got money.
So they have no disadvantage. That's why I tell them like the man they pay for their pass.
They can't bring no team, no?
But they can't afford because they could be able to afford to survive as it is. That's why they tell them make the man they pay them money for cook or race, we race. We got the oldest racing in this hemisphere.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We really sell ourselves short.
100 years, quickly.
We can't sell food, we sell short. No more, I'm tired of this. We don't need for the sell food, we sell short.
2028, 100 years.
We don't have no pro right now, Belize. We don't have no Belize and pro.
We have Belizean pros. We don't have no pro that is living in Belize. I give credit.
Korea is a pro. That contact pro team, right? Legion and Blazers.
Right.
Korea is a pro, right? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
And
they race a pro 1 2.
The profile.
Oscar and Javen race pro 1 2 and then go the 2.
Guys, you need to.
But they don't race a pro.
But they're not registered. They don't have a pro contract, but they race.
They don't look at pro with a contract.
No, we previously we had Oscar and Kaya.
But no.
But now we don't have any other than the Williams boys.
Is there any?
Are not only pro riders, but they own, and that's what I want to stress what they have done.
Is there any up the road maybe driving a travel as Nissan and he can drop?
I would think so, and I think, I say this, Javen and us and Javen and Derek, they have been to a lot of international events and have performed very well. It would not surprise me if you all of a sudden hear some team, could be European, grab them up. I'll be honest with you, and I pray that it does happen for them and for any other believers. And Palace, you know what? We have to start to keep knowledge flowing. But you know how much people ride in a Tour de France and thing, and they never used to race like how we race here. They go up and Zwift and the other apps where they ride their bike and then get pro contract from the rider in their house, you know.
Yeah,
So that brings me to the question where yeah, so if you ask one of the guys with a cyclist and the race fan, how would you explain to the Belizean that the race whole Saturday
Race gone,
the
yeah.
change because they always very upset when I
They still, Belizean is still hold on to the tradition, and that tradition has slowly disappeared, and it is going further and further. So I could tell my Belizean people the quicker or get that thick skull, yeah, better for now. I don't know. They fight back to the
No, you can't say like thick skull. You have to educate our Belizean.
Never even allow if Belizean no ride good that for no Easter no good. Look at how simple is that. You think any cyclists can make my Easter no go good?
No, they're not.
They don't win the race, right? I had a wonderful Easter. You think that the concern that they never win, but you can I divorce myself for that Joe. That is not with me. And the quicker they learn that, yeah, better for them too.
No,
so for the Easter not to get the panel hang up because they better not win. Wanna get out for that?
So
Wanna get out for that thing? First of all, that it is not sports oriented. It's not sports economic good for me. Wanna invite people. No, then we invite people for rivalry race and only expect that they don't win.
we don't expect them to break.
They will break and make we win.
Yeah.
So that's ludicrous. So yeah, man, they go. I think they must. There's possible that they can win. On the divorce, that's cultural tradition done.
So
Tradition, I think. Is that the way? As simple as.
You're saying the race is no longer a tradition race. It's an international race.
This race is an international
And
race.
so you're saying to the Belizean,
We for selling race
the race is now an international race. It is not a tradition race, and so they need to understand that and move forward.
Yes, sir.
Like in France, the
That's
Tour de
all, sir.
France,
That's it.
nobody, for the longest, you guys
No
might know,
Frenchman
no
that
Frenchman wins. So we're saying to the Belizean people,
You think French people they better hang up?
so we're saying to the Belizean people, based upon the question and answer, is that this race, cross country, is now an international race,
Yes, exactly.
and so we need to respect it and move forward
The
when
gate
we do
don't
not
open
win.
up. The gate don't.
But you can't say that.
That gate don't open up. Like that gate don't open up. Horse don't run. I don't want to lock back gate. No horse that ring metric.
I will go back and give you a little story. Back in 1987, I will not call the name of this individual. There was a big group of riders came into the track to sprint for the championship of the cross country in 1987.
Is them that?
Yes, 87.
Was that one?
Wadzana, foreigner one.
Okay.
However, the big bunch, there was one rider, Wadzana rode up to one rider and asked how many laps. In those days, there was 4 laps. The rider told Wadzana 6 laps. Another rider came up and told Wadzana there's only 4 laps. Wadzana got confused, and on the 3rd lap, Wadzana launched a big attack and ended up only Charlie Lewis got under him but couldn't come around him, and Wadzana won. After that race, in those days, there was buses that would leave to go from Cinderella Plaza to Chetomal, just like how we Belizeans like to enjoy the Easter. I was on that bus, and I saw those 2 riders get on the same bus, And them two riders argue from Cinderella Plaza all the way to Chatham Market. The one rider that said 6 laps said, "You took away my cross country." So I can tell you that this is how we Belizeans believe in our race. And you know, we have to look at it and be honest, and congratulations to Jim Brown. Jim Brown rode, and he rode a terrific race, and he won the race, and kudos to the 95th winner of the cross country cycling classic, Jim Brown and the Miami Blazers. We here in Belize have to go back to the drawing board, start working on getting better. We are right there. The last couple of cross countries that have been won by foreigners, we are always right there. We are right there. There's just more hard work by the riders, which I know they will apply. A little more discipline by the federation to arrange things to make it easier for the riders and stuff, and we will be able to bring back our girl onto the land. Plus, I don't know. I don't know. You know that
they come again in the national team again.
You know,
national team come up again.
No, let me ask you something else. Well,
still be Belizean. National team hard work because you're asking the best team to give up their best guys. So you ask Oscar Kiros for left, ask for Chava driving left, G Flow don't got no team, no good man, no Balvin don't got no good man. You ask Anthony Mala for give up Goran, Carlton Robinson.
Yeah, Corey and Justin.
You ask Corey and Justin for left Legion and then you get to a 6-man, 7-man team for that thing. That's the difficulty in a national team. A national team, for put on a national team, they also cost as well. So only Dominica, you have the Corey and Justin who are registered pros, so you have to prepare for a national race, so you're not paying it.
Not if I change the dynamics of the race.
No. Also,
what are you talking about?
Just have an international race, move out the club riders, and just have
we're not moving out the club riders, man. You make it sound bad. If we have an international race,
the club riders are hip hop.
Yes, the race will start out itself, you know. The race, and we know that
the race determines who's prepared.
Yeah, show you. Yeah, show you. This one going on, that one going on. Yeah, show you.
What I try to establish is that we either decide to have a race for down if we cut 1, 2, and 3.
Back to this cat thing, man.
We don't have the gate. They don't lock the gate. We lock back gate. Joe, we no has the back pen. We no has the pen.
Palas, I'm gonna ask you this question. I know that there's a national team that is to leave.
Good.
There's a national team that is supposed to go. Do you know where they're going and what dates they're right?
You're going to win again, but you're going to go in Pan American Championship. I know.
And have they decided the team or anything yet?
You know something good. No, we are wait. By now, but we are big that the week when
you want to answer the question the viewer asked?
Which question?
National team. If you wanna,
he just answered.
You wanna.
Oh, if I want to think, the national team, it's hard for a national team to ride the cross country.
Yeah.
Because, like Palas said, you're asking teams that ride all the whole racing season in Belize to give up their, if not their best rider, some of their better riders to come and ride this thing. So,
and quickly, national team only pick when national team no get picked for this race. They race, I know.
No.
National team most I think they pick on the way.
Yes, when you
go
to
national team pick for ride one local race.
For ride the whole racing season.
National team for the way.
Yeah.
The best you're going to go.
Right? And so that is that. I will ask the viewers and listeners if they have it within them to contribute to the national team that will be leaving for the Pan Am Games. You can contact the Cycling Federation. I don't know where
You have to do whatever cause it is.
no, P. We have to help. We have to.
All is different on the big for national team money, on the big for local association.
No. I mean, if we're going to send the guys out,
what Bizet said.
if we're sending the guys out, we want to
But
send
you
them.
have to listen to me when I talk to you know, you have to listen to me now because this I want to get back to know. If on the ball that the man is too much away, they don't say nobody no way. On the park on the bottom right, I believe no joke.
I agree with you.
Because I have said this the time but the man is too much. But when they pick a national team and honor the planet, on the pack on the valise, pack on the bike and jump and keep going. The girls on there, Philip goes in national airport, they push on the bike and thing, going our country when on the damn well know that the people are arriving, we are right against and nobody where they are. On the time of bueno there. I mean man beta bueno I mean lata bueno lata brown. On the Bible just brown and bueno on I mean lata that. So if on the park creating this to be but there's too much on the left on the bottom right I believe I not go nowhere. On the park on the bicycle no go nowhere. When you come on that wire car on no big that wire car nonsense to be but on the one go that Kenya go right against put your car. On left that right there. And then ask for no big wild card. Left that. If you don't care, if you don't complain, only for the complaints like this that bueno about it too much, especially when we want to go away. We talk about the work we want to go away. I mean, if you don't want to go away, and if you command the ball about too much man, too much, I can understand the command.
We get your point.
All brother with the talk about bueno too much.
We get your point, Rocky.
I mean, for me.
We get your point, Rocket. We get your point.
Thank you.
So, as a fan, it have always been said, why don't we have a national team? There we have the answer clearly from Palace and Bissett. It is not practical. It cannot work because it is a one-day race and it does not call for it. So, could we, as a fan, as Belizean, rest that question and understand clearly that it is not practical?
All right, Mr. Jones. Like I said, no, I know the team.
When they go?
We don't have no dates and nothing. I haven't seen none. I was asking the question, but you gave your opinion. And
I'm hoping it, right?
and things.
We don't know who went.
We don't know who going and where date. But we know they are supposed to go shortly. I know it's not too far off. I do not know, Mr. Joseph. I do not know. I do not know.
Well, based on what Palace is saying, we complain for some small rider and we went against world class, so it don't make sense we go. That's what Palace is saying.
Well, if they complain, no sense we go.
Well,
They are too much we go across country. What are you going to work for?
well, I don't think. I mean,
put your car in September, Kenya. They will not go right against put your car too.
I don't think that
You can't discourage him on there, Palace.
No. I don't think I don't think that. At least this is my knowledge of the riders that I think would go on the national team. I don't think none of them would.
When they have their first straight, they first probably they will not pick. If I pick a team who are forced to pick that first weight they pick. If you send 4 man, that's 4 man there. Corey, Derek,
Oscar.
Well, last time we left on the map, they said, Belizean, they got highlight over there. It's down there.
so if you are big,
No, but this one,
the Pan Championship,
no, when we
No,
went
no.
to Central America,
No,
to
no.
Caribbean
a
Championship.
different thing with that one.
No, man, we thought when they got him, he got right against the big boys. Corey jump out.
Where?
Oh, you did talk about the World
Yeah,
Championship.
well, yeah. You know, he highlight Palace.
Yeah. So if they go there, you have to make a jump out again.
Well, no, but Palace, to be honest,
Jump out again. Hey, that at least my country they jump out though. They have jump out. That best they could do. Why would you say when they are just gonna go?
right, and
Jump out.
and that is
That's
that
right,
that is
salute.
and that is what Corey did, and stuff, and that is what you need the guys to understand, that that's how we start and that's how you build.
That is
The first time Chris Froome got a world championship, Chris Froome fly off at the start ramp for the time trial and run over the commissaire and tumble down.
I don't know.
Tumble down.
Yeah, do something.
And that's how Kenya get started and watch where Kenya have now. Kenya got a big UCI tour and all of that.
Yep.
So that's how you have to start like that.
Kenya, Africa, not the vet people though.
No,
They
they open it up.
Because we want to get over so. If we want to get over so, that we are bringing the riders from over so. They don't want to get don't like we know. We got sharp vision in a free country. In a sports in general. But if you want to get over so, then the over so you bring the riders from. So I couldn't see Bono Balemi too much for you.
I know that this is cross country wrap up and thing, but there's one other thing I would want a couple minutes to address. I saw something, I haven't confirmed it, but I think it's pretty solid information that I saw today that the FFB is going to bring in a Mexican coach to coach the Belize for the World Cup qualifiers. Now, my thing, and we had this discussion prior, is that I don't,
know Charlie?
well, that is what that is telling me. I haven't heard from Charlie if that is true or not. However, my point that I want to bring out to John Public is this. Sometimes we want to do things and jump the gun too quick. Charlie Lewis is the winningest coach that Belize has.
Charlie Slusher.
Charlie Slusher, sorry. I said Charlie Lewis. Please excuse me. Charlie Slusher is the winningest soccer coach or football coach that we won, and yet we don't know that the players now they get according to the players. Nobody not see the contract. You know, hear nothing else about that. And I know my friend, the good Sergio Chucky, he know how I go. I want to say it like it is. Want to bring out and show you the contract, man, because like I always say, if a man sign on to a contract, you can't in the middle of the contract turn around and say, boy, I win 2 games, now you have to pay me more money. That not go so. You stand by your contract, give or take. You sign it, and that's the way we agree upon, will stick to the agreement. So I don't know if it is the players or it is the federation, but that is where the money needs to go, in that part, not in the coach. We have shown, Charlie has shown that he is the best coach that we've had. Because we have had a lot of international coaches, you know, Fitzgerald. Big ones too. Spend some big money and get zeros.
Charlie prove the work.
And that's my point.
So, but let's text me again. Next text.
Okay.
Okay, listen. Yo, Palas, the reason I believe that Belizean didn't try to chase the breakaway down because Corey had a teammate up there, which we agree. And the G-Flow riders had to stand on because Kaleman is their coach as well. So they say he couldn't see how Kaleman will stand on Corey for chase the teammate and not stand on G4 team that he coach as well.
No, but we have to watch this.
Kaleman, you want this?
No, make me clarify this.
Kaleman couldn't. I could tell you though. I could tell you because I don't know fool. Yes, I said. If Kaleman realized that his son not at it and go away when Jim Brown, they do it. Kaleman as the coach at G4 make drive and a child chase. So
No, okay, make we look on this.
you could say You know, he never have a Jim Bong we know. So how can he utilize Chava driving for chase Jim Bong? But you can hear me coach on two things.
No,
But you make it very clear. You make it very clear the Friday we were here that G Flow is G Flow and they would ride
for win. So
for win. So where that come from?
We think I just to tell us now. Kaliman what list? I'm wired.
Alright.
There's no way Kaliman or make G4 chase. So when he got Jim Bong there,
hold on. You're feeling?
he got with Jim Bong. Corey apparently don't have it. So Jim Bong is out there. So Kaliman that Jim Bong vehicle. Remember, Kaliman the coach, the team as well. Why would Kaliman as a coach now have Jim Bong the other for win? They call it 2-man and shake off man. They shake off totally 4-man. They left with Jim Bong bueno for Legion too. Okay, all tell me why would Kaliman tell driver and chop chase? What sense would that make?
Alright. You're finished, right?
Yeah.
The two don't get on shot. Make I get my shot.
No, he not touch on it. Me touch on it.
Make I explain something to you. I want to give you the mic and I don't know if you're thing. Make I explain something to you.
What is Kaliman?
Now, Mr. Kaliman was in the red ram, that ram you saw, right?
Yeah.
Which is the Blazers truck.
They got 3 vehicles.
Now, hold on.
They got 1 vehicle, they got 3 vehicles. Blazers guy 1 vehicle, so Blazers, Legion, and G4 had 3 separate vehicles.
So you had 3 separate vehicles.
They couldn't service each other.
They can't service each other.
Yes, sir.
And Kaliman can't coach the other team.
Yeah.
So that we have to clarify that one time. Now, make we also look at this. Make we look at this too. Remember now the year that Oscar won, right? The year Oscar won.
Kaliman coach though?
No, listen now. Oscar, Corey, and Johnny Brown came.
And next Bong it come.
Right? So now when those 3 were coming and Oscar attacked at 3 miles there, right? Kaliman didn't go and tell Johnny Brown to take my son there.
But
He made it play out.
No, but he tell me why he don't do it. Because the agreement was Johnny Brown will bring you to the tongue and when he goes to the tongue, don't trash it out.
And this is my point.
So Kaliman was the let's coach then. That was the agreement. We are bringing Johnny Brown and bring on the 2 on the clash thing. And when they clash, Kaliman got Johnny Brown was non core.
And that is my point. My point is people like to just jump things, right? If you analyze the situation, you can see that Kaliman is very even keel when it comes to that.
So my question be quickly. Okay. So who coached G-Flow on the class 20 today?
I think it's the guy Tasha, the old man.
Tasha?
Not Tasha. The guy from Georgeville, man. They always in the truck too. Not Tasha.
Tasha right, man, right?
No, not him. What the man name, man?
Wait. Listen, listen to me now. G4 has been coached by Kaliman earlier on. You tell me question, man, then they replace the coach and get G4 and next coach?
Kaliman is Kaliman. Make I explain something.
G4 coach is Kaliman. Cross country replace Kaliman because he can talk to G4, he can talk to Miami Blazers, and they put Balefan.
Make I explain something.
For coach.
Make I explain something to
G4
you.
team?
Can I explain something to you? Because we can get people confused. When you say coach, coach is not the same thing, right? One coach that the man where they set your program. And the coach for driving and the Chavaria is the Cayman guy.
Cayman boy.
Right? So that are the first thing.
Well, that what trainer be said.
That are the coach.
The man when they said on the
No, the man in the truck is the technical guy.
He want tell you for those.
So now that are the technical guy. When it comes to race day, cross country day,
He want tell you for those.
Mr. Kaliman was dealing with Blazers.
So who deal with them by race day?
The guy where you start list. the guy from up by Georgeville, man. He always near the truck.
Is a rider?
No, he always near the truck too, man. When the president took when Glenn Flowers took over, remember Glenn Flowers was at that time the manager of G Flow.
I give it up.
He had to give up on the same man name, man.
Oh.
That Tasha.
Oh, that's a,
But that with I think
and then I think you say.
no that
That nonsense is you tell me coach G Flow class today.
hey man Palace. You like the try make thing kind of way, man.
I try their name.
I can tell you if you look up on the starting list and I got a list of names of the team, the teams, and I have who that the director, the manager, whatever you want to call him. But it's not Kaliman.
Okay, so wait, it could be Kalman could coach 2 teams.
That's what I tell you.
But I ask the question. People want to know who?
I tell you, it depends on the start list.
Who was in the areas of driving our child? Please, I want to know too. Who will tell driving our child where for do? Kalman couldn't tell you apparently.
Well, we were here Friday and it was made clear that G Flow and be G Flow.
Kaliman told me that team is right for win, G Flow.
Yeah.
And Glenn Flowers, the owner of the team, tell me that his team is right for win.
So it changed, you say?
Well, I don't know. First of all, I don't know who was the coach. In the years, I can't get that.
All
Kaliman
right,
couldn't coach the 2 teams.
well, I don't like you use the word.
I listen
What
to
list?
chat group today too. That the UCI they do some coach.
Yes.
Coach
Yeah.
them.
But you have to be,
Robbie, that quick.
yeah, please.
All right. Good morning, team. Blessed Tuesday to all. As part of our efforts to improve the sports of cycling, we had applied to UCI Solidarity Program and had gotten approval to implement the starter package. Part of this package includes online basic level 1 training for 20 coaches and 20 mechanics. Please note that we now need to submit the names of those individuals who will be participating so that they can receive the information and link for the training. We will be grateful if you can kindly share the names of your 2-person coach and mechanic from your team who will be doing the course. Please note the individual needs to be a registered member of the Cycling Federation of Belize. Kindly submit your thing by this Friday, the 25th. That's it. A reminder that it is a self-paced course and the participant must be well versed in using the computer to navigate the training and taking the certification exam. Thanks. Let's have an federation.
That's a good thing.
They apply. That's a good thing. At least they'll apply for something.
The line for the date.
Friday, the line for putting your 2 names. Or mechanic
And you have to be a registered member with the federation. And I know this is the start. I know that they're also going to have courses for to be the what you call them? Where Michael Arthur's man. Commissaire. They're going to have a commissaire's course.
What's up? What?
They're going to have they have the mechanic.
We want a commercial, please.
No, we need
more commercial.
and stuff, right? It's the same thing like for us. We don't get you be an official race thing. That's still not start out. They miss out same place. But say like, and these are some of the issues that I think we shouldn't be having.
Yeah.
Right?
But people want to make they say comment to you that member Mega want life too. And only you pay me for this. And me have to go. Me have pay my family the Cancun, and Placenza, and San Pedro, and Titicaca, and all kind of things. So I think a week now, but things. So I be telling you that these are more likely my show and go Tuesday on now official result. Okay, Tuesday. Don't know come out there.
No, say P, but this comes from being disciplined though. Because the commissaire has a responsibility that at 15 minutes after the winner passes the line, he's supposed to have his official podium within 15 minutes of the winner passing that line.
You not got it though.
Right? And he never had that.
Why is that?
Because they're all over the place, boss. You know that I think I think he has one deadline of, I'm exact with the time frame, but he have a deadline within the same day.
Okay.
I know it's within the day. I don't want to throw a number because I don't want nobody else
for producer.
to produce the official result signed, sealed by him, signed, official, signed. This are the finish. This are the man that will get fined for this. This all of that, you know.
Outside the window.
Yes, all of that the in.
My thought we got a key. We don't want
But my point is this, right? I understand this is voluntarily work, but if you volunteer, you have a responsibility for you to volunteer for do this job and do it till it's done.
But,
if it take you, you need to get sharp enough that you could do it in at that time.
But we
and if you can't handle it, don't take on the job.
But we have learned to negate that responsibility based that you pay me. That our standard practice for fall back and not do it.
Well then, it come back to what we said. Well then, maybe it's time for us to start looking around and figuring what the cost of this race is and how much money the federation want and sell out the rights to the race.
I think so.
Well, that's the difference. This cross country was a big gap.
8 minutes.
The gap was a big difference for this cross country. Maybe I just explain to the phone viewer and want to see the big gap. The
guys that were dropped, clearly in my view, I don't tell you, they're not manual already. They're not trained for cross country. When you get ready to go rock with cross country, you not trained for cross country. Because when cross country, I got a rock with and get up, right up and drop. And we get up and then I turn back and go home. That's my hard fight though. So clearly, all not ready for no cross country. They go drop so quick. Don't forget about 20, we done. Done. Then we climb 24 hills and don't get dropped. And so the better riders that we had with these and were with them though.
They're going 8 minutes behind.
I know, but they don't get dropped on that road until the shuffling.
But 8 minutes, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, well, no, that's not true.
But then,
when I went back to the baby point, then it is because
they start nobody know all right. Nobody know all right.
That's my point. They would have been some people especially I want to give me 8 minutes. Because if they were all right, they're not going to give me 8 minutes.
All right, that was sort of bringing it out more clear. All right, then give up.
They gave up. They gave up.
And then what I said about the third bunch at 23 minutes after?
23 minutes, 45 minutes. Oh,
I see Mangi change.
Out of time limit.
Out of time limit. And that is something too that we need to get going. One sweep a vehicle because we said this.
Yeah. You need it.
No, but you the last man. You the last. That is a official vehicle.
Once you pass this, you never there.
No, once
international rules.
No. Once that vehicle comes, he has to take that number. If you want to finish, you the last man. You the last. You to get just as bad as the people.
You want Papa go chip and your Papa go number.
Yes, and if you want to finish the race, you will finish, but you won't have nothing official because you are putting yourself at risk because of the time gap, and you're putting other people at risk. And we have to open back the road.
Yeah.
So we have to start to look at the thing and be honest. Yes.
Bad for management for that race. Bad.
So I tell you about.
But lack of the road, tell they said when I got the speaker to me, oh, I can't go home. He said, well, before you do it, he said, you won't go home until this race done.
I know they said a laugh, but then
was bad.
We have to learn to sweep a vehicle, and this is how I go back that you can't have certain club rider, right? We had a club rider out there.
It doesn't matter if the club rider the sweeper vehicle will take care of him and take him out. Take off his number. When I say take off,
you chip to carry card.
So
you will come in
if you want to ride, if you want to continue riding, you're on your own.
Yeah. You can ride about your
own.
Chip and come in around position.
And if something happens to you, the federation has no responsibility. Well, as I said that, I know that there were a couple spills in the race, and I want to make sure to say speedy recovery to who I felt.
I know
Alvarado and Don.
Nigel Alvarado.
I know I heard he broke his clavicle.
Two spots.
Okay, and I think he's going to have a
Surgery.
surgery. So I
Yeah.
want to wish him all the best.
He had the worst of it, so Nigeria's speedy recovery.
And I think some of the Guatemalans went down.
Yeah, but they're not that bad.
You know, I didn't really hear nothing from them this year.
And then no name Guatemalan.
No, but where they count it? Where did they?
Who?
Canas too?
No.
Ready, brother?
Oh, not the same, man.
No,
Not the same.
no,
Not
no.
Jose Canas
So
too.
he brother. And
Okay,
then,
okay.
I don't do it.
They say
They were more club brothers again. Club brothers like club, is it? We are a bunch of club brothers.
Okay.
covers.
You know,
Nightlife.
Guatemala call you.
Nightlife.
You still you hear I know Guatemala get trouble.
Yeah.
They're club brothers.
Yeah.
They're Guatemalan clubbers.
Okay.
So it can't go.
Oh, before I forget, this Sunday brings up the weekend World Cross Country. Loma,
Amalos?
no, about Panchuko Kotaf to Kotu Lingo Pinta Sankas.
Who's
A,
it?
B, and C.
We okay that 3 times winner?
3 times, okay, go 4 times.
Let me ask you something.
3 times again.
Let me ask you something. Are all 3 categories riding in one race? or
Together.
Together. Okay.
As you got any person can win the whole race, so. And they're going $1,000. Got the A prize $1,000, B the 500, C the 400. But if I see your B man, no, you can't double dip. Just mean that you can win the race and win the 1,000.
Alright, good.
You understand that format there?
You right?
Yeah, man. M&M, man, too.
The
We
rocket.
need support, boy.
The rocket will be launched.
We
The
need support.
rocket can launch.
Melts in your hand and not in your mouth.
M&M, though.
No, you can't. You have to give respect to the M&M for this.
Yes, they're not 3
3-time
Yeah,
champion,
but-
Roque Matos.
They got 3 times. 3 times cross country win.
No,
They go 4.
I give respect to all riders.
They go 4 if anything or anything. I 4, but they go go.
Respect to all
They give respect to all riders, but we don't know if the launch and launch.
No.
I'm not there for the win. I'm there for support.
In my
Numbers.
in my career,
They can't pop me off no 20 miles at the race.
no.
You know, this is my kind of race. You can't pop me off no 10 miles at the race. I don't know the type of club rider.
I have ridden with Fitzgerald.
We are
where he's been flying. We rode one time in Merida, and he won. We rode a stage race, and he won all the stages.
I was with him in Santa Domingo when he
Yeah, so
went on very good.
Yeah. I'll get back up now.
But I'm just saying for this weekend, you won't be launched.
We're not at the level.
Yeah.
The rocket
Before we
can
did.
launch.
Before we did. Love FM this one great. We say I watch that today. Love FM. We have a camera. We pick up everybody finish.
Yeah.
The camera was for it down.
but Palace,
That was good.
Yeah.
Palace.
So Love FM, you the finisher go fellow who finish.
But Palace.
Oh, why finisher can't do that? Listen.
Then we discussed
Why
that.
finisher can't do that? Love FM can't do that. And the finisher can't do that. Just have a camera run between.
Just start it and run all.
Right there, with the don't left take it off. If I was with 2, take it off 2. Love. I'll get in the pops. I'm surprised. They
Yeah.
bring everybody. They come and gap and I find out
So
who finished.
who finished? Yeah.
It was good.
At the finish the race, which was good.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
So who was next Belizean after? Will I be the next one? I'll be
Delton Roads.
Delton Watch on
Yeah. 440.
14.
Yeah. See, yeah. He was.
And then Jalen Briseño finished.
16.
Serious?
Yeah, Jalen.
Okay. That's me. I don't look at both. Same book.
So you want to do
10.
top 10 Belizean?
Yeah, you
Top
type
20.
you type it.
You have it? It's right there on the screen. You could just roll off the top 10. Top. Whosoever.
10 just give me top 10.
Alright.
We don't have 6 already.
Alright. We have to go from the top. We have Derek Chevaria, Corey Williams, Jivin Gonzalez.
Can you call out the finish part though?
Alright. We have Derek Chevaria 4th, Corey Williams 5th, Jivin Gonzalez based upon this 7th.
No, 8. Good guy.
So they make a correction.
8.
Jivin Gonzalez 8th, then Oscar Cruz 9th. Then we
Delton.
go to the next Delton Roas
14.
14, and then Jalen Briseno
Or be
17, and then Sean Kana be 18.
Who?
Sean Cad
Shankar. One 7, no?
18.
Yes, but that's only 7 right.
Yeah,
Let's
you got
keep
3
going.
more? You got 3 more? for me?
That's it. That's it. And then
So we have 7
Justin
in
Williams 20.
All right, 8. I want to give me 2 more, man.
And Giovanni Lovell
Lovell.
21.
9. Well,
Yeah,
give me
that's
one
it.
more. One more.
At least 22.
Okay.
All right, it's not late.
We
Top
do
10
good
Belize,
that.
Yeah.
Top 10 Belizeans.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so
So we had 8 Belizeans in the top 20.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then 2 out.
And
The two that out.
So we got 8, we got 20. So we got 12 for right now.
Yeah.
But we got better in a finishing position this year. We got better among. Last year we
Yeah.
got 2, we had 4 or 6.
Yeah.
So we got 4, 5,
No,
8, 9.
that's why I'm saying
The competition, we compete.
we can compete. That's why this thing about all this fussing and quarreling about who could come and this and that. Man,
Yeah.
just open it and make them man pay for come ride for the race. You know how much money we give away Saturday bus? And we have to give back to the people that because alone beg money we give away. Alone beg our money. We need to give back to the people.
finish prize. Did two sports look at 15,000?
And I'm not sure.
First place. I don't know the first place yet. I don't know 15 too.
But super lads, that's
But
what,
I also the problem we got with the 15,000. Not that we can't love the money, but when the federation never have enough money, they so for 15,000, second we got to 3. That may look bad.
yeah. They have to
3,000.
they have to balance it.
The minister never want they want it down, but I think so want it down. I think
No, but see, they need to do it in a ratio.
it look bad that you got 15,000 third place, that first second place at 3,000.
And then I bet you first Belizean, I bet you first Belizean get more than the 3,000 with second
No
prize.
man, can't, no man, never.
I can almost guarantee you.
So they can't do that. No man.
Boy, one spell palace, I walk away and I come back and I hear them still call out first Belizean prize, 700 there, this there, that day. And I say, man,
They get some money. I say.
that's why they tell you they need to put
So-
them
social media.
Yeah,
Somebody give me more money.
Somebody get 5, 3, 2, after that. They don't want to finish again, they want to go for
See, this is why I tell you, man.
So they got undercover money too. Yeah. Undercover price. They go.
No, man, we have to get better.
When
on
they
that,
first
man.
do that undercover price, they go.
We have to get better on that. We have
Gali
to
tem
get
money
better.
flow, but don't tell about it. Gali tem flow.
And so,
No, we
then
are
give
giving-
signal.
Listen, we don't be saying.
Because okay, listen to me. Say, if you are by the end of like you say, who's end up at 3,500 for first position. Somebody may be on undercover, but then you know you get 3,500. Next year, they said you want to start the ride that kind of way again.
So what I say?
Hello, buy better ride. Second place on 3,000.
Oh.
First position, I get 3,000 last year.
And I have to go cover that. I have to make sure I cover that.
So it go back to what you were saying. It just need to make it carry cross.
They have to set it that if you win the race, you get it.
Then you get it.
Then you get it. And then they say 1,500 where the minister now want water down that day. And then if I'm Belizean win, you get the 15.
I think
and
I know
the
because
Belizean win.
I had first Belizean 1988 and I get no money, so I kind of
You need that undercover.
I feel kind of bad about it, and I get the one undercover money. I kind of feel bad about it now.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's the first Belizean.
That's how I give it name, but I don't get the money.
And you start the name.
Only get the name.
And you start that.
That doc, me give it a name.
But you making it carry on so much years after first Belizean.
Yeah, but then the remuneration is not there though. I never get done. But only people apply for some
Are
money.
you
So
getting the
But-
to play?
But make we wrap up, man.
I wrap up.
After 9.
Joe, give me a final word, Joe.
Go ahead, Joe.
Well, my final word to the cyclists who continue to partake and be a part of this Holy Saturday race is that when I was here Friday, when it comes to these big races, the word is you need to pay attention to the conductor and the driver. And if you do not pay attention to the driver and the conductor, they will put you out. And so next year, 2026, we name 10 Belizean who was right up there. So don't give up hope. Go and exercise, train harder, and do what it takes to be the champion. With that says, Belize, love you guys, respect, God is love. And I always say, next year could be great for my Belizean cyclists.
All right, Jonesy, thanks. Folks, and especially to my brother Fitzgerald, it's been an honor to spend these couple weeks talking about the race. I know it's not the result that we all wanted, but however, in looking at the race, we are not far off. So I want to ask the riders to keep on striving for better, work towards becoming a better rider and better athlete. And I ask the people not to get despondent and throw up their hand and not want to help the riders and cuss up people at the train. Please be courteous and respectful. The boys gave the best that they could. And I think we analyzed and we have said that it's just some tactical issues and errors, if you want to say. And otherwise, we could have been right there to win this big race. And with that, like I said, it's been an honor to be here the last couple of weeks. I will keep in contact with my brother and I will show my face as often as possible. And I want to always say thanks to my support staff, my lovely wife Donna, and my lovely daughter Christina for always supporting me and let me have the freedom to do this. And I want to say a big thanks to Caleb, the super technician, and to the great host himself, Fitzgerald Palace Joseph, and God's blessing to all of us.
Yep.
And we must realize and believe that love will conquer hate, and we must always keep loving each other. So to the Belizeans, keep loving each other, and I wish you all nothing but the best. God bless.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Joe. Surely it was a blessing for me to have my good friend, my brother, Mr. with me, and also Joe, who has been around cycling for a while now. And so, Joe has somebody Mr. because when I anchor me when I really want to know, he's like a good guy.
Yeah.
So you need a good guy for keep you saying I being the bad guy. So maybe Joe could be a good guy for help me out when I'm.
We need to go off your rocker.
Yeah, what you say about Kalaman? What is I never like that word, man. Yeah. Kalaman make the wise decision.
I believe that.
Yeah, he make his wise decision. His decision is his decision. That does not make him worthless. His decision is his decision. No, but his decision is his decision. That does not make him worthless, please.
Kaliman left G-Flow and at a point in time when G-Flow needs money for doctor. Kaliman gave the wheel to someone else. No, we can even, nobody know who the G-Flow coach. They said they try to explain to me who we know who he. They said left or and that whichever guy is that I blame Kaliman. Kaliman left our best talent. Because I'm not curious. Jivin and Chav was our best local talent here. Best. None of the rest of boy couldn't back pattern for them two lead boy there. Midstream, Kaliman left the lead boy.
Go ahead with the last word. Okay.
To the master of the world. This is part of the last word. I'm on to him right now, okay? He know what I am to. He know me. He left our two boys when they needed him the most. He ran out. So these are people on just need for get a white man that I believe and not have to win the race as long as they ride their best. And if they ride their best, then maybe or speak out to them. And if we now bash Kaliman, we'll bash Kaliman too. Kaliman left the lead boy there when they needed him most. So if only for that, do that. But also the race is a competitive race, and by that I mean that somebody else can win the race. No, the most of the time that we have to win our race. That like any bad picnic, any rich kid who I grew up with, and when I beat him, I put him with basketball, and grab the ball, and run up on him, and I look for we down there, and I throw the ball down to him. We don't why that man. If the guy is better than us, and they beat you that day, they beat you that day. They beat you that day. I personally think that they had great potential. The guys never win the race. They are great cyclists, no doubt. I'm sure. But personally, I believe that we never give our best. The Belizean top riders never give their best. I could see that I now have to. My rocket science I could tell Palace that we didn't get our best. And hence the reason why Kalaman come into my scope when I talk about this. He left us. That guy left us when we needed him most. So Kale, in the car, I can't show Kalaman. I don't want to show. But these are people, it was. But he was from Badod. So these are people we had a great. The Easter man on a plan of the Easter man. If whatever happens, whoever wins, will still go up there, go and enjoy the Easter. It's not the end of the world. Let's hope that our guys get better and everybody.
And we are.
And we are getting better. We are getting better. Those guys rode a great race, and so we were out with it and we lost. But so what? Next year will be greater. We'll come back and we'll bounce back. I'm sure that these same guys that we are talking about will get better as well. These guys will get better next year. To Bubblehead, Carter Robinson, go around. I don't feel bad because I'm not finished, but I'm not too sure if they will not feel bad. But how long will not feel bad? The race done.
No,
So
I
get
saw,
up, move on.
I saw them both of them out on the road this morning.
Yeah, so yeah, I like that. No, over that. Turn a page in our life. Both of you have great talent. I know talent when I see it. You got great talent. You got some weaknesses, but on the talent, great. So when I work on the weaknesses and when I get over, and next year I figure I wanna be better next year. So that is for now. Like a thank our sponsors, Malon Castillo Beach Up, with tickets meets in Belize, the tickets cut you want in Belize, you're not going to go mile cut, you're going to 1 inch cut, half-inch cut. Malon Castillo Beach Shop is the best in meats in Belize. And by KL Bike Shop, KL Bike Shop, who has all the best bicycle equipment for those sophisticated bike in Belize. So they kind of, if you got one in the bike there, that KL don't want to do it because have signal selling kind of parts where you need for us. But KL Bike Shop has everything you need for us. So until next week again, thanks to my director, Kenneth Joseph. Thanks for everything for doing for us. And until next week again, we'll do this again and surely enjoy yourself tonight. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.
Kalewa.